Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, it is never enough? Have you ever smiled, laughed, or agreed to things you didn't want to, just to make others happy? This is the story of a woman who spent her life apologizing for being herself, until she finally learned that her truth did not need anyone's approval. In a quiet village, surrounded by green hills and flowing streams, lived a woman named Ameera. Ameera was kind, thoughtful, and soft-spoken. Everyone admired her for her patience, her gentleness, and her willingness to avoid conflict at all costs. If someone criticized her cooking, she smiled and nodded. If someone commented on her clothes, she quietly changed her outfit the next day. If someone misunderstood her, she apologized immediately. Ameera's world was filled with others' expectations, and she had forgotten what it meant to exist for herself. Every morning she would wake before sunrise. She would tend to her garden, prepare breakfast, and sweep the small stone path that led to her house. She would greet her neighbors with a soft smile, listen to their worries, and try to fix things that weren't even hers to fix. She carried their problems as if they were her own, while quietly hiding the growing weight on her heart. One afternoon, while helping a neighbor repair a broken fence, her younger cousin Sarah said softly, "Ameera, why are you always apologizing for everything? Even when it's not your fault?" Ameera paused, looking at the wooden planks, her hand trembling slightly. I just want to keep peace," she whispered. Sarah shook her head. "But at what cost? Do you even like yourself, Ameera?" Those words lingered in her mind. Long after Sarah left, days turned into weeks, and Ameera's heart quietly ached. She noticed that every yes she said felt heavier than the one before. Every apology she offered felt like a part of her fading away. One evening, while walking near the river, she saw her reflection in the water. It was a familiar face, yet somehow strange. A soft voice whispered in her heart, "Who are you doing all of this for?" For the first time in years, Ameera didn't have an answer. The next morning, she woke with a quiet determination. She decided she would start small. She would no longer apologize for being herself. Her first chance came that very day. Her neighbor asked her to help organize a small market festival. In the past, she would have immediately said yes, smiling politely and hiding her exhaustion. But this time, she took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, I cannot this time. I need to focus on my own work." The neighbor blinked, surprised, but Ameera didn't flinch. It felt strange at first. Her heart raced. A small voice inside whispered, "You should apologize. They might be upset." She ignored it. That evening, as she tended her garden, she felt a lightness she hadn't felt in years. For the first time, she realized that saying no and not apologizing didn't make her unkind. It made her whole. The following weeks were filled with small changes. When someone criticized her gently, she nodded, but she no longer said, "I'm sorry." When someone questioned her choices, she calmly explained, "I choose this because it feels right for me." When friends wanted her to join activities she didn't enjoy, she said, "No, thank you. I'll pass this time." Every time she stood up for herself, her heart grew lighter, and a quiet strength began to bloom one afternoon. While painting a small wooden sign for her home, her cousin Sarah returned. "You look different," she said softly. "What changed?" Ameera smiled. "I stopped apologizing for being myself. I stopped trying to fit into everyone else's idea of me, and I started listening to my own heart." Sarah studied her quietly. "You're happy," she said finally. Yes, Ameera said, because I am finally free. Months passed. Ameera's life began to transform. The villagers noticed she had a new glow. She smiled with confidence, spoke with honesty, and walked with a lightness that drew people to her, not because she served them endlessly, but because she was real. Children admired her courage. Neighbors respected her boundaries. Even those who disagreed with her choices could not deny the calm power in her presence. One day, the village elder, Bibi Noor, asked her, "You seem different these days, Ameera. How did you find this peace?" Ameera smiled softly. "I stopped apologizing for being myself. I stopped living for others' expectations. I started living for my own heart." Bibi Noor nodded slowly. "Ah, that is the greatest lesson anyone can learn." Ameera's story spread quietly through the village. People whispered, "She's the one who finally stopped apologizing for everything. She's the one who taught us it's okay to be ourselves." Young girls came to her, seeking guidance. She told them gently, "You do not owe anyone your apology for being who you truly are. Your heart matters. Your choices matter. Your happiness matters." And slowly, the village learned a new kind of respect. Not for endless giving, but for authentic living. One evening, her daughter asked her, "Mama, what does it mean to stop apologizing?" Ameera smiled and took her hand. "It means knowing that your life, your choices, your feelings are yours. It means respecting yourself enough to live honestly." Her daughter nodded quietly, and for the first time, Ameera felt the full circle of freedom. As the sun set behind the hills, casting golden light over the fields, Ameera whispered to herself, "I am enough, I am whole, I am free." And in that freedom, she found a quiet joy that no apology could ever give. If you are listening to this story today, maybe you are like Ameera. Maybe you apologize too much. Maybe you change yourself to fit in. Maybe you hide your voice to avoid conflict. It's time to stop. It's time to stop apologizing for your existence. It's time to embrace yourself fully, without fear, without guilt, without permission, because the truth is simple. You are allowed to be yourself. You are allowed to speak your truth. You are allowed to live for your heart. You are allowed to love yourself without asking anyone else for approval. So today, whisper to yourself, "I am enough. I am worthy. I am free." And watch how your life changes, how your heart feels lighter, and how the world begins to respect you not for what you give, but for who you are. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who is always apologizing for being themselves, and comment below, when was the last time you embraced yourself fully? If Ameera's journey inspired you, you'll love our next story. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Emotional story about boundaries and peace. This story will show you how to protect your energy, set boundaries kindly, and live peacefully without feeling guilty for saying no. After finishing this video, click and watch it next. Your heart will thank you.